Storing multiple values, we use arrays. Storing multiple values, we use arrays. Managing array, managing array, managing array. Managing content from the array is very difficult. I can say it is a raw container, traditional container, raw container. It doesn't have more methods or convenient operations. It's a raw approach, store and read. Not very convenient operations available. So for that purpose, we will be using collection API. Collection API. Lot of methods are there, lot of convenient. We can store multiple elements very effectively, very easily in the collection API. In the collection API, several classes are there. We can keep using any one of the class. And we can store, we can read, we can search, we can sort, we can modify, we can insert very easily. Lot more methods are. But collection API also very advisable in all the scenarios. The reason is, in the collection API classes, lot more methods are there, no matter whether you are using or not. We may not be required all the methods for every requirement. For every requirement, we may not be required all the features. Collection API is a vast development internally. For your simple operations, if you are using collection API, definitely performance will be degrading. As it is like a lot of operations are available internally, but you are not using all the operations. If you are not using all the operations, why do we require that heavy more operations container? Heavy more operations container. So definitely 99% we are going for collection API only. Very few scenarios we may be looking for something else. That something else is a data structures. Java developer usage of data structures is very less because of vast collection API is available. We are not bothering much on whether we are using all the features or few features only. Java developer always looking for built-in, searching for something which is available in the Java rather than developing our own. So once a collection API got over, always we'll be keep looking for which collection class will be suitable for this requirement. Whenever container, collection API. Only for April batch, collection API covered. Other batches, collection API not covered. We will see that in the morning section after strings. Observe everybody. Using collection API, very vast way. Even though it is a very vast. Data structures are very less usage in the Java development. If you go to C or C++, then data structures are very extensively used. In the Java and even in the Python also, we are not using more. Python also having a very good collection API. Java also having a very good collection API. But in some requirements, data structures only very suitable. At that time, we will be choosing data structures. Data structure also a kind of container. Observe this point. Data structure. It is also a kind of container. Kind of container. It's a container. Don't go for kind of container. It's a container. Data structure also a container. We can store the elements. We can read, we can remove, we can update. But Everything you should develop. Everything you should develop. Data structures, it's not a built-in. At least array is a built-in. We can straight away declare an array of any type and store the element. Arrays are built-in. Collection API built-in. Arrays built-in. All arrays we can declare and keep using. We don't require to develop the syntax for the array. We can straight away start using one array for the string type or int type or double type or float type, then keep adding the element. So array syntax, array concept is a built-in. We are trying to use collection API, collection framework, collection API. It's a built-in. It is already available in the JDK. We are directly using. Already you know array list class. We used array list class in some places. It's a from collection API. We are using from the collection API. So please observe, array is a built-in. Collection API also built-in. In case of array, you are knowing how to use the built-in of array. You are not developing your own array. Come on guys. Already arrays are defined in the JDK. You are learning how to use, how to declare an array, how to store, how to read it. That is very simple. Collection API is a built-in. Collection API is a built-in. Come on. Collection API is a built-in. It's available in the JDK. You should know how to use. Which class, which methods. How to use. Which class, which methods. Array is a built-in. Collection API also built-in. Data structures, no. You need to develop right from the scratch. That is why it's a difficulty for most of the people. Array is already defined. You can create any type of array. It can be string type array, integer type array, double type array, person type array, book type array, product type array. Arrays are already, it's a built-in. You need to know how to create an array for the product, to store multiple products. Only procedure we are learning how to use the arrays. Let us consider multiple employees. You need to create one array to store multiple employees. You should know how to create an array, how to store the elements in the array. Collection API. Create an object to array list, keep calling add methods. Create an object to add methods. It's a built-in. Available. You are using. You are learning how to use. Collection API. You are learning only how to use. You are not developing on your own. You are not developing array list class. You are not developing hash set class. You are not developing hash map class. Sad. What you are doing? You are simply learning the procedure of usage. So while buying a car, we are just learning how to drive. We are not bothering about manufacturing a car. How brakes are working internally, how gears are working internally, how engine main, how petrol is like a unit. Those and all, it's like a very difficult. With our knowledge, it's difficult. Lot of fields are involved. Mechanical fields, electronics field, electrical, all are combined together. In the collection API also, classes already defined, methods already defined, we are trying to use. Array also. Already the concept of array defined in the JDK. Concept of array defined in the JDK. What we are doing? Creating an array, keep using. Data structures. Nothing is there. Either in the C, C++, or Python, or Java. Nothing is there. You need to develop right from the scratch. Developing right from the scratch. That is why most of the people thinking like data structures are difficult. Yes, it is difficult in some extent. If you go to deeper level, more and more advanced, then definitely difficult. You don't require that much deeper level now itself. You can go through completely basics and kind of intermediate steps. Those are not difficult at all. If it is more and more advanced, yes, there are some advanced stages. Those are difficult. You may not be getting those stages as a fresher. After 5 to 10 years experience only, you will be involving in that type of coding. So basic and intermediate is very simple. First you finish off that. Afterwards we can focus on advanced thing also. First you have to know basic structure development and basic operations in that structure. Basic operations like adding, reading, removing, inserting, updating, any kind of reading from first to last, last to first, middle to last, middle to first, reading or searching for a particular element. These are commonly using operations in any of the container. Develop your own container which is a data structure. Inside that container, try providing basic operations like adding an element, reading one element or reading last element or reading first element or reading all the elements or reading range of elements, reading in the reverse order, reading from middle to first, middle to last, first to middle, middle to last, last to middle. Then inserting between two elements, inserting between two elements, reading an element between two elements, removing one element which is between two elements, searching for a particular element whether it is available or not, sorting all the elements, sorting in the reverse order. These I can say like a common. If you are able to develop these features, that's it. You can project yourself as I'm very strong in the data structures. Very, very strong in the data structures. Different types of structures are there. Like a single linked list, double linked list, circular linked list, tree, binary search tree. So we'll go through all. You may be finding difficulty on binary search tree. It's most difficult, but after knowing all these things, single linked list, double linked list, circular linked list, binary search tree, not that much difficult, but definitely I'll make you to understand. After finishing static, we have seen one concept. Anybody remembered after starting what we learned? Yesterday you wrote the test. You may be knowing completely. In all the batches, almost I'll be following the same procedure, like a same order. After static, what is the topic you learned? Yes. After static, we started a non-static. In the non-static, what we learned in the beginning? Excellent. Class, object, reference variables. If you know class, object, reference, that's it. We can start learning data structures. Data structures, it doesn't require access levels. Data structures, it doesn't require overloading, overriding. Data structures, it doesn't require a polymorphism. Doesn't require exception handling. Doesn't require wrapper classes. Doesn't require strings. You require class, object, references. And anyhow, constructor. If you know these things, then you can start learning. You can start learning data structures. I'm assuming everybody knows what is a class, what is an object, what is a reference. Even in the object, maintaining derived type of variables. I'll show you now. It's called like as a hazard relation that I'll show you. Don't worry. I'll start right from the scratch. Whatever programs I'm developing, you need to develop at least 3-4 times by yourself, not casually. I was scolding several times for everybody. I myself feeling bad after scolding. From now onwards, don't allow me to scold. Practice everything. Understand, companies will not be considering you without a subject. Even though you have a 20 crores with you, even though you are a son or daughter of a Prime Minister of India, you should have a subject. So for that purpose, more and more practice is very much required. More and more practice is very much required. More and more practice is very much required. Very much, very much. Every program you need to develop on your own, at least like a 5-6 times. If you are not practicing, then data structures will be very difficult to you. So every program, try understanding what we are implementing in that program and try doing by yourself 3-4 times in different places. Let's go for new project. DS-app. No need of module creation. I'll call you later. I'm choosing a class name as A. Let's go for package as pack1. Main method, new of A, specify A1 dot I is equal to 10. One data member stored in one object. So let me print a1 dot I, a2 dot I, a3 dot I, a4 dot I, a5 dot I. So totally 5 objects, 5 values are stored in the objects. All 5 objects are independent. 5 objects are stored. 5 objects are created. 5 objects are created. In every object, one data member is there, that is I. In every object, one data member I. All these 5 objects are independent. We are able to store 5 data members by choosing 5 objects. You can store 100 data members also by choosing 100 objects. So inside object, we can store one data member or multiple data members. Generally, data structure is for storing one member inside one object. So here 5 objects. In every object, we are storing one member. Mainly data structures. In every object, storing one data member. Storing one data member. So totally 5 objects are there. Totally 5 objects are there. All these 5 objects are independent. All these 5 objects are independent. All these 5 objects are independent. There is no link between first object to second object to third object. That link maintenance is nothing but a data structure. Data is there. Where is the structure? If first object pointing to second object pointing to third, or somehow reaching from one object to another object, somehow reaching from one object to another object, second object to third object, or at least third object to last object. If you are able to reach from one object to another object, then definitely it comes under a structure. Now data you are managing, that data doesn't have a structure. That data doesn't have a structure. 5 independent objects. 5 independent objects. 5 independent objects. There is no structure. There is no link between one object and another object. There is no link between one object to another object. Maintaining that link is nothing but a structuring a data. That is called as a data structure. So totally 5 objects. Each object having one reference. Every object referred by one reference only. Totally 5 objects. In every object, we are storing one data member. By using A1, we can reach to only one object, that object containing one data member. By using A2, you can reach to second object, only one object. We cannot reach to more than one object by using any reference. A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. This way also we can store the data to different objects, all independent objects. Let us consider, I want to store 1000 values. 1000 objects I have to create. I can create 1000 objects. That's not a problem. In every object I can store one value, but 1000 references. Managing 1000 references from the main method, from the stack, is not that much easy. 1,000 references. You need to remember which reference referring to which object. Inside that object, what is the value? Not only that, going through one by one, one by one. Read the first value through first reference. Then go to the second reference to read the second value. Then third one, then fourth one, then fifth one. It's very difficult. Definitely, you need to identify the structure. You need to identify the structure. That structure is nothing but maintaining a reference also inside an object, not only data. See, the first object, I value 10. Not only I value 10. Not only I value 10. Observe this point. We can have a one reference which can refer to second object. In the second object, not only I value 20. We can have a one reference which can refer to third object. In the third object, not only I value 30, we can maintain one reference which can refer to fourth object. If first object having a reference to second, second object having a reference to third, third object having a reference to fourth, fourth object having a reference to fifth, then in the main method, I required only A1. Through A1, I can reach to first object. From the first object, there is a reference to which can refer to second object. In the second object, there is a reference which is referring to fourth object, fifth object, third object. Yes, sir. One by one. Maintaining data member and a reference to next object is nothing but a data structure. In the data structure, two fields will be. One field is for storing the data member. Other field is for maintaining a reference to next object. Maintaining a reference to next object. Understood? Data structure. Storing data in multiple objects, maintaining a structure among the objects through references. Maintaining multiple data members through multiple objects, and that objects should have an intercommunication kind, that is references. So we need to maintain a reference between first object to second, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth. How we can maintain the references, that I'll show you through another program. Please check it out. Let's go for B class. Class name B. Int I, B space ref, two attributes. B space B1. Let's go for B1 dot I is equal to 10. B space B2. B2 dot I is equal to 20. And also B1 dot ref is equal to B2. So B1I, B2I, B3I, B4I. Go for B5. Through a single reference, we are able to refer data members from all the objects whichever available in the container. Now this is a perfect container where we are able to store multiple values, reading all multiple values through a single reference variable. Come on, through B1 itself we are able to read the data from all the objects. So anybody, how it is available in the memory? These are the 5 objects: B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. Totally 5 objects. Every object containing data member I, every object containing data member I. Not only data member I, it is also containing a ref. Class B containing 2 non-static attributes. 2 non-static attributes. This is I. Second one is a ref. One is a I. Second one is the reference. One is a I. Second one is a ref. Now, B1 containing a I. What is B1 dot ref is equal to? B3. B2. B1 dot ref is equal to B2. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? Yeah. To wherever B2 pointing to the same, B1 dot ref also should point to wherever B1 to wherever B2 pointing. To wherever B2 pointing to the same, B1 dot ref also should point. Yes or no? B1 dot ref is equal to B1 dot ref is equal to so what could be the representation? B1 dot ref is equal to B1 dot ref is equal to so to where sorry B1 dot ref to wherever B2 pointing to the same B1 dot ref also should point. B1 maintaining a reference to second object. B1 dot ref is equal to B2. Same way, B2 dot ref is equal to B3. B2 dot ref is equal to B3. What is the meaning of B2 dot ref is equal to B3? Come on. We have already seen one object can have any number of reference variables. Now the third object having two references. One is B3. Second one is B2.ref. B2.ref. Yes or no? The same way, everybody, please observe the remaining also. This is a simple data structure. Through B1, you can reach to first object containing data member as a 10. Through same B1, you can call ref. B1 also containing a ref. That B1.ref is a second object. Second object containing data member as a 20. Not only data member 20, it is also containing a ref that is pointing the third object. From there fourth, from there fifth. From first to last, we can able to reach. Read first data member through ref of first object, go to the second. Read the second data member, go to the third, go to fourth, go to fifth. Understood? So here, through B1, we can reach to B2, B3, B4, B5. Then what is the need of this B2, B3, B4, B5 in the main method? In the main method, B2 doesn't require. Through B1 only we can reach the second object. B3 doesn't require. Through B1 only we can reach the third, fourth, fifth. Maintaining local reference variables, it's very difficult. If you have one reference variable, that will be really good. If 10, 15, 20, 200, 500 reference variables are there in the main method, maintaining is very difficult. How to avoid B2, B3, B4, B5? Anyhow, we are not going to use while reading. Yes, sir. We are not going to use while reading. We need to avoid. The next step is develop a class C, everybody. Maintain this one only, but in the main method, there should be only one reference variable. It should not be more reference variables. Like in this program, B2 is there, B3, B4, B5. Try developing a C class. In the C class, you need to maintain multiple values with a references, different references. So take 10 minutes time, check it out whether you can able to do or not. C1 dot I is equal to 10. It is the first object. Now, inside a C1, there is a ref. Access that ref, assign a new C object, heroes of the day. Now go for C1 dot ref dot I is equal to 20. This says like how seriously you practice class, object, constructor, references. C1 dot ref. Have you understood completely? Is it required a diagram? Come on. Diagram doesn't require. You know very well. Then everybody. Now what is the limitation here? If I want to store 100 elements, I need to count the how many number of times a dot ref. Definitely it's not a convenient. For 5 itself we got little confusion. What about 10, 20, 100, 200, 500, 1 lakh? Definitely it's not a good approach. So we are just like a going through step by step. I don't want to use a ref concept in the main method. Without a ref concept in the main method, I need to add. See, generally, you can check it out array list. Creating array list object, then calling add method, add method, add method, add method. Already we used array list in all the batches. Why can't we develop like a create an object to D? Create an object to D. Then call add method. Call add method, add method, add method. So whenever I want to read all, then call read method. Inside a D class, not only I and ref, develop add and read. In the main method, I will be keep calling add method. Whenever I want it, I can call read method. That will be more convenient. This is not a convenient. Now everybody develop a D class with 4 members. As usual, like a I and ref, I and ref. Then third one is a add method. Fourth one is a read method. Add method should take care of adding supplied element in the structure. Read method should take care of reading all the elements from first to last. It is little complex. Take 20 minutes time. Try at least to some extent. But don't worry, I'm here. Yes or no? So try everybody. Understood what you're supposed to develop? D class should have a 4 members. I, ref, add and read. Add and read. Then fifth member is the main method. In the main method also I am keeping in the D class only. Totally 5 members. In the main method body, create an object to D. Inside that object, call add method. One more time, add method, add method, add method, add method. Whenever you want to read all, call read method. Yes or no? So please check it out. Take 20 minutes time. Our main focus is main method should have a clear main method should have a clear code in the add method. I kept one while loop. In the read method also, there is a while loop. Come to the main method. Let us see whether these two methods are serving our purpose or not. I created a D object. Let's go for D1 dot add off. Then 20, 30, 40, 50. Finally, I want to print all. I'm using read method. Check it out whether it is working properly or not. In the read method body, obj is equal to obj.ref. It was not there earlier. It has to travel to the next. Now you can see main method, very organized one. Main method is a client program. We should not develop any adding logic, reading logic. Main method, it is a client program. User of your structure, your data structure using in the main method. So in the main method, don't develop adding logic, reading logic. In the previous all examples, we were adding in the main method, we were reading in the main method itself. But here, the main method containing only add methods and read method, only add methods and read method, no more other. So add method separately, it is containing a logic to add the new value. Please go through add method. It is taking one argument, integer value. For that integer value, we are creating a new D object. Come on. We are creating a new D object. In that new D object, we are providing a local I to the global I in the new D object. But identifying to where it should add, it always should add at the last linked list. Whenever you are adding an object, it should be added to the last only. To identify the last one, we are using a while loop. This while loop is only for identifying which object is the last object in the linked list. Which object is the last object in the linked list? See, in the last object, ref will be null. Come on, guys. In the linked list, every time last object, next reference will be a null. Last object's next reference will be a null. The same I am checking through while loop. Which object ref is a null? Keep on going till whichever object ref is a null. Till whichever object ref is a null. Keep on going till whichever object ref is a null. So after coming to object's ref is a null, then the same object's ref assigning the new object. Then for that new object, store the I value, local argument of add to the global. Very simple, guys. Everybody. It's not a difficult. While loop we know very well. Keep on iterating object to object till it is finding the object which contains ref as a null. Object which contains ref as a null. Initially, object is a current object D1. In the main method D1. D1 dot add. If it is D1 dot add method body, D1 is nothing but this. Yes or no? If I call d1 dot add, if I call d1 dot add, inside add method, d1 is nothing but no idea. This. So initially obj is at this only. Initially obj is at this. That this is nothing but d1. Come on. Initially obj is a d1. Obj dot ref, d1 dot ref, first time it is a null only. Come on. d1 dot ref, first time it is a null. First time it is a null. If it is a null, it won't go inside a while loop. Won't go inside a while loop. So it will go for d1 dot ref is equal to new d. d1 dot ref is equal to new of d. Come on. In that new of d, we are assigning I value. Whatever 10, that 10 is assigning to second D object, not in the first D object. In the first D object, I we are not assigning. In the second D object, we are assigning a I value. First D object is only to maintain, only to manage structure. Second D object onwards, we are storing data. So please observe everybody, guys. First time if you call add method by supplying a 10. First time after creating a D object, assume D1. In the main method there is a D1. I am calling add first time with a 10. I am calling add method with a 10. Add method with a 10. Come to here. First time. So D1 is nothing but this. Obj is nothing but D1. Obj is nothing but D1. Then D1 dot ref is a null. First object. D1 dot ref is a null. If D1 dot ref is a null, it will not be going inside a while loop. It will not be going inside a while loop. Then D1 dot ref is equal to new of D. Then assigning I value in the D1 dot ref dot I. One value added. One time add method called. Come on. One time add method called. Now totally 2D objects are there. First is referred by D1. The D1 dot ref pointing to second object. Let us consider. I am calling add method second time. If you call add method second time, again same add method. In the add method, D1 is nothing but this. In the body of the add method, D1 is nothing but this. In the body of the add method, D1 is nothing but this. Yes or no? Then what we are doing here? We are checking D1 dot ref not a null or not. Yes, D1 dot ref not a null. Already one object is assigned to D1 dot ref. It's going inside. Then D1 is equal to, that is obj is equal to obj dot ref. That is nothing but D1 dot ref. Whichever we created in the previous iteration, previous add method, same. Like a second object referred by obj. Second object referred by obj. In the second object, obj dot ref is a null. Yes or no? Coming away, second object ref is equal to third object. Second object ref is equal to third object. I'll show you diagrammatically. You can easily understand. This is the main fundamental in case of data structures, add method and read method. If you know add method and read method, 50% of data structures getting over. So please observe clearly. Initially one D object we are creating. This D object containing I and ref. Come on. Observe everybody. Initially I value 0, that is a default. Ref, that is a null. This is the D1. Assume this is the main method. In the main method, this is a D1. This D1 is pointing to, come on everybody. This is the first statement of our main method. We created one object to D. Main method D1. Pointing to D object. Initially I value 0. Ref is a null. This is the content of the object. Yes or no? Understood everybody? Now let's move to the second statement in the main method. That second statement is very important. What is that? D1 dot add of 10. Now add method coming into the picture. Come on guys. On top of the main method, assume this is the add method. On top of the main method, add method. So add method having one local argument. What is the identifier? What is the value? Local argument to the add method. Check it out. Main method calling add method. Main method calling add method. How main method is calling add method? How main method is calling add method? By using D1 and supplying a 10. Come on. By using D1 and supplying a 10. Inside a add method, what is this? Inside a add method, what is this? This is nothing but D1. In the body of the add method, this is nothing but D1. We supplied 10 by using D1. Inside a add method, there is a this. That this is pointing to the same D1. Now control move to the add method. Inside a add method, I value 10, local argument I value 10. This is nothing but D1. Now check it out. What is happening in the in the add method? Obj is equal to this. Creating another reference variable obj. What is meant by obj is equal to this? Come on. What is the meaning of obj is equal to this? To wherever this is pointing, even obj also has to point to the same. Sir, no. Then running a while. Obj dot ref, whether it is a null or not? Huh? Obj dot ref is a null or not? No idea. Obj dot ref is a null. Obj dot ref is a null. If obj dot ref is a null, it won't go inside a body of the while loop. It is not going into the body of the while loop. It is not going into the body of the while loop. Straight away it is executing line number 30. What is there line number 30? Obj dot ref is equal to new of D. To where obj pointing? To the Mysore. To where obj pointing? First D object. Inside that obj, ref is equal to new of the object. Yes or no? Check it out. So initially I value 0 only here also. Ref is a null. But the same is assigning to. This null will be replacing. Can you understand this? This is the statement number 13. Obj.ref is equal to new of the obj is pointing to first object. First object ref is equal to new of the second object. We created a second object. Inside that object I value 0 and even ref also null. Now what we are doing? Obj.ref.i. So what could be obj.ref.i? Obj ref I. It's a second object I that is equal to local I. What is the local I in the add method? What is the local I in the add method? Hey, heroes. It's a 10, right? All are Paramananda Shishyas. The 0 is modifying to 10. Will you agree? Keeping in the mind like data structures are difficult. It's a simple while loop. It's very simple while loop. The total add method execution got over. Now add method will be removing from the stack. Come on. The total add method execution got over. This add method will be removing from the stack. One time add method execution got over. One value we have added, but this value not added in the D1. We can also add in the D1 like a previous programs. Whenever we are going for add method, I am maintaining outer D object, first D object without any data. It is only for linking purpose. If I call add method second time, again I value 20 we are supplying. This is the add method. Everybody please observe. Second time add method. In this add method, what is the I value? I is the local argument to the add method. We are supplying a 20. What could be the this? By using D2. By using D1 only we called add method. This is nothing but D1. This is nothing but D1. What about OBJ? No idea. What about OBJ? OBJ is there in the add method. What is that OBJ? Come on. OBJ assigning to this. Initially, OBJ is nothing but this. To wherever this is pointing to the same OBJ also pointing. All three pointing to D1 only. Now while loop is coming into the picture. Obj.ref not a null. What is obj.ref? First object ref. It is not a null now. It is pointing to second object. Obj dot ref not a null while loop executing. Control will go into the body. Sir, no. Control is going inside a body. What is there in the body? What is there in the body? Obj is equal to obj dot ref. Obj is equal to obj dot ref. What is the meaning of this? Anybody? Obj is equal to obj dot ref. To where obj pointing now? Obj dot ref. So obj pointing to the second object. Obj pointing to the second object. In this second object, in this second object, I is equal to 10 and ref is the null. Going to the next iteration, obj dot ref, whether obj dot ref is a null or not a null. Not a null? Not a null. Obj pointing to the second object. Second object ref is a null or not? Second object ref is a null. While loop is terminating. Only one iteration is happening in the while loop. While loop is terminating. Then what is happening here? Obj dot ref is equal to new of the third object creating. Yes or no? The third will be assigning to second object ref. So try understanding some extent in this way. If you are not able to understand, definitely you may require some more explanation. I'll explain once again in the next class right from the beginning. Add method. Just to keep going one by one. Same following in the read method. If you know objects and references very well, then you can able to understand. So inside this command obj dot ref dot I is equal to value of the I. Value of the I is a 20. Now here I will be 20 and there will be a ref with a null. If you go for third time add method, this obj will point to the third object. Obj dot ref will be pointing to the fourth object. Got it or? So I'll explain one more time tomorrow. Please go through as much as possible. If not, I'll explain in the detailed way. That's all for now. Enjoy, Karo. All the best.